Good morning. Welcome to the SHAC. Are we on? Is it working? Good to have your company. Come on in. Beautiful sunny day in Crowborough today. Yeah, lovely morning. Lovely morning. Perfect for doodling a mandala. Come on in. Take a seat. Oh, I've steamed my glasses up. Before everybody gets here, come on in. Good morning. Hi, Stuart. Stuart's in the building with you this morning. So if you've got any questions or you need to be directed, then please ask Stuart. What we did do was we separated out, you know, the downloads, the digi-downloads. Several of you asked just to have this wheel that we're using for the mandala so that you don't have to download the whole thing. So Gracie, she flagged it up and said that perhaps we could split it out. So I'm sure that Lucy will have done that this morning for us, so that if you do need the wheel to go to help you create these mandalas, the digi-download, the free download, then it should be on its own now. So you don't need the baubles if you don't want them. We aim to please. Is the sound working? Stuart, if you could just let me know. Sound is great, Barb. Lovely. That's always the thing. And I just need to check that we've got batteries okay, because I didn't check. How remiss of me. Don't go away. I'm just going to check. I can't see that far away. Wunderbar. Yep. Batteries are in. Okay. 3 bars. We could go for hours. Come on in. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Judith and Rita. Good to have your company. And so we're just going to tie up today. I thought we'd do the very last ring on that old, on that mandala. And it's been a great one. I know several of you said it's the best so far. I found it's particularly mindful and particularly therapeutic. For me, this one was really nice. And if we get a lick on, then we could start on the little picture scenes, the 4 seasons. I had such a laugh this morning. I'm not a sheep artist, I can tell you that. Anyway, fortunately, they're so tiny, it doesn't matter too much. Right, come on in. What glasses have I got on? Oh yeah, these ones are good. Tea. Best drink of the day. Did you see that report on television? The lady, the Indian lady from Country File, she investigated plastic in tea bags. Unbelievable. I was absolutely mortified. Did you see it? That there's like a polypropylene film inside the paper that does not degrade. I mean, for crying out loud. So all those of us that have been composting our tea bags for God knows how long, complete waste of time. Unbelievable. You know, you just can't, I could get angry. You cannot believe, can you, that even a tea bag, you look at it and it's paper. No, not so. I got really angry yesterday when I heard that. Because I thought, what, you can't even drink tea now with a tea bag? So now we're down to loose tea and wonder what they do with loose tea. You know, you just think it's all just unreal, to be honest. So, and of course now that they've been named and shamed, the big tea bag companies, all of a sudden, oh yeah, so by Christmas it'll be paper. Well, why couldn't it be that before? Why did you have to use polypropylene in your tea bags, you criminals? You know, it makes me wild. Makes me wild. Anyway, and that's why I need to do a bit of doodling this morning. I mean, seriously, you know, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything. All I do is drink tea. I don't even do coffee because it makes me nervous. I do tea. And now I've been told that even when I'm drinking tea, I'm ingesting plastic. That is outrageous, isn't it? Yeah, well, there you go. Morning. I'm having a little orange box moment. Unbelievable. Yeah. And I bought a great big, well, Dave did, you know, like big industrial size from the wholesalers, Yorkshire tea. There's me always endorsing Yorkshire tea, and they got plastic inside them as well. Yorkshire tea, you know, all wholesome family, all lovely, lovely. No. Polypropylene. Well, there you go. But it could be worse, couldn't it? We could have to chew it and actually swallow it. You know, at least we sling it away. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, don't you agree? Good morning from Seattle. Morning, Michelle. Sorry, I don't usually rant. I just, you know, being a big British tea drinker, I had a little bit of it rocked my world last night when I heard that. I thought, now I have heard it all. I can't be the only one. Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Am I the only one sitting here going, really? I don't. You know, it's that Victor Meldrew moment, isn't it? And therefore, welcome to the SHAC. Save, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And have a sip of tea. Oh, God. Yummy. Okay, so we're going to go on the last leg today of the mandala. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's change the subject. Otherwise, the tea won't even taste nice anymore. Apparently, PG tips are all right. I used to drink them. I might go back to PG tips. Ah, it's a funny old world, isn't it? Isn't it? Sue Tyser, so excited to finish this. Is that your way of saying get on with it? Hurry up and get on with it and stop whining about tea bags. Oh, whatever. Right, come on. This is what we've been doing, isn't it? This is where we're headed. Okay. Helen, I love this. Can we do these forever? I would do these forever too, actually. These hit the spot for me in my head, I must admit. Right, so that's where we're headed, but we're doing it with the aid of this wheel that lovely Lucy designed for us. That's a really, really cool thing to have. And that was the download I was talking about. So if you want the SHAC download, there you are. Then ask Stuart, he'll give you the link. If you haven't got a printer, no problemo. All you need to do is just private email Stuart your address, and then we'll send it to you free of charge. Okay. So what we got to do today, what we are doing today, let me get my other glasses on. The ones for close-up, Midday Mednas. Oh, that's better. They're filthy. Maybe I could wipe them with my tea bags. Okie dokie. Oh, that's better. Right, so, and what we're going to do, it's the last one now. There we are. So did you get your lattice working? I saw a couple of you were struggling. Ah, who was the lovely lady who started a row in? And then, of course, she didn't have as much room. Oh, I know. But it still looked beautiful. Don't despair. Golly, it's still a beautiful thing. Right, so all we've got to do now, if you've done all that and you did the little... Did you do that as well? You know those little lines? I did them quickly this morning while I was practicing my sheep. Wait till you see them. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Right, here we go. See the little lines around the outside in the middle? So we've done all them now. Doesn't it look lovely? I like a lot. I'm into these mandalas at the moment. Right, now, so the idea, you see, we're just going to load the last one on now. It's the last cap. Having said that, though, I mean, just that is beautiful, isn't it? If you stopped there, wouldn't that make a beautiful, beautiful edging? Just that one round there. See, so it's the rings, isn't it? We're definitely going to be making these stamps, Lucy. We're definitely doing that. So now all we've got to do is these little bishop's hats in between the petal things, if you understand me. So it's this bit here, isn't it? Piece of cake. Okay, and to the lovely lady who's got 2 rings up here, yeah? Don't matter, just jump 2. Don't go berserk, just jump in the same direction. Doesn't matter if you've got an extra one around the outside. More room to play, I say. More room to play. Right, so what's the time? 6 minutes to. We're ready to rock and roll because we really want to get on with our seasons in the middle. Oh, I just had a memory. Seasons in the sun. Seasons in the sun. Do you remember that song? Oh, yeah. Oh, remind me when we get to the seasons in the sun. Remind me to tell you when Lynn Fulcher and I did a dance routine, Seasons in the Sun, at school. It was a showstopper. It was a showstopper. Cool, Lynn Fulcher takes me back. Right, okay, come on, Grace, stop waffling. Seasons in the Sun. Every time I hear that song on the radio, I think of Lynn Fulcher and our little performance and Mrs. Spanswick who went berserk. Isn't it funny? The mind is so deep, isn't it? I mean, I'm going back to when we were 13 years old, people. 13. That's 48 years ago, and I can still remember it as if it was yesterday, getting dragged to the side of the hall. Oh, God. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do now is this one here. Are you ready to rock and roll? Should we have one more gulp of our tea? Don't even like it anymore. I'm going to go with loose tea now. Oh, don't be so precious, Barbara. It's not vodka, is it? That's the little monkey on that shoulder talking to me. Don't be so ridiculous. You're not drinking cider at 8 in the morning, are you? No, you're drinking a cup of New York tea, Yorkshire tea. With polypropylene. Okay, moving on. Let's right size this deal. Chili cholly. Okay, so we're going to go up there like that and down there like that. All right, easy. Should we come in a bit closer? Oh, all right then. I am going mad in the SHAC. I talk to myself even when you're not here with me. I've just done these little dialogues. So what should we do now? Well, I don't know. Should we sharpen our pencils? Oh, all right then, that'll kill 10 minutes. Right, okay. Moving on. We're doing this one, all right? Okay. Oh, it looks a bit... Is that what I think it is? Yeah, I've got a bit of a schmear going here. Let's just clean up the area with our brush. Okay, cool. I've been playing with gilding flakes today because I've been blogging ahead. I thought because it's pottery this afternoon, and I've only got a little bit of a time between the two, between the SHAC and going off to pottery, if we're still allowed to go, that is. So I thought I'll blog ahead, and I've been using gilding flakes, and it came out really, really nicely. Right, it's a mandala. It's cool. Right, you ready? So we're going to make a not a Chinaman's hat. It's not a Chinaman's hat at all. It's a bishop's hat. Right, so we're going to go like we did. We've already done one of these down here. Look, we did one of these. We're repeating it. So let's just get our eye in because it's quite round, like that. Round. Not, yeah? Should we do those all the way round first? Come on. like that. Yeah. HB pencil. You still enjoying the SHAC? I am. I'm glad we've gone to 3 days a week instead of 5 days, though. It certainly freed me up to get some work done, some business work. Crikey. How are you supposed to run a business when you doodle every morning? But we did, didn't we? Hey? We did, with the help of a few good people. It's all right. It's fine. It is what it is. We're here to keep you company. I still maintain that the SHAC is one of the most meaningful things I've ever done in my little life. If you go with the theory that we're just here for a short while and to kind of leave some kind of, make some sort of little difference, then I think as modest as the SHAC is, I feel that we've made a little difference in people's lives with the SHAC. Certainly made a difference in my life too. So, yeah, really, it's cool. I would gladly do this all day long, you know. but there'd only be me and a handful of us. Yeah. There you go. Is it looking? Doesn't that look? You know, that's what I like about it, just going in one direction. Because then when you do this like that, you see other patterns, don't you? Yeah, well, I do. But then again, I'm starting to see things in the dark as well. It's got a little bit of... Look. So for those of you who are new to the SHAC, what we do is, as we're building our circles, we've been doing this for a week now, haven't we? As we've been building our patterns going out and out and out, we stay outside so we don't lean all over the artwork. Otherwise, this HB pencil would smear all over the... Oh, I've got my eye in now, look, whistling along. The HB pencil would smear all over the tracing paper. Right, so we've done that way, easy. Checking. A4 piece of paper folded in half. Look! Now, check that out though, right? I know it looks a little bit hooky at the moment, but you could, if you wanted to, look, I'm just saying, just suggestion, you could come around here and do a lovely spiral, couldn't you? To end, it wouldn't be be not symmetrical like that, but how nice would that look? Or you could come around that way. Look, check it out. You could go like that and bring a spiral in there. Just saying. But then you'd have to do it all the way along. So we're going to just make a bishop's hat. But once you've gone this bit here, you could come round like that and do a swirl. Or if you like swirls, or you come that way and do like a crescent moon. You could come round to there. There's so many possibilities. You could do half, just go boof, straight down the line now. Like that. Bingo. Yeah. You know, I know we're doing this together, which is great. I love that. I love that we're doing this together. But when you're on your own, do have a think about what else can be done. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come into this camera because I just want to get I've got to get my head over. See, if I bring my head over so I can... do you find one side's easier and one's, depending on whether you're right-handed or left-handed, I suppose, isn't it? There you go. Once you get your eye in, it's all right. I find one way is easier than the other way for me, if that makes sense. So I'm going to have to just... There you are. Once you get in the swing of it, it's all right. isn't it? I don't know about you, but it seems to me, right, and I don't know why it just happens this way, but since we started doing the mandalas, where are we? Here we are. Since we started doing the mandalas, I've seen them popping up everywhere. It's like algorithms or something. I don't know. It's like somebody's in my head and they're going, "Oh, right, so you like mandalas, do you? Right, well, here are more mandalas, and here are mandalas, and here are mandala earrings, and here's a top with a mandala on it." And then all of a sudden, it's like weird. It's like they're in my head and they know. Oh, wrong. Very, very, very wrong, Gray. It's like they know, hang on, she likes mandalas, so let's go for it. Have you noticed that as well? That's strange. Oh, I've missed one. But it's often the case, isn't it? Or you look at something, you Google something, right? Or you look at it, and then all of a sudden, it's like everyone and their brother knows that you're interested in a fly mower or something. And all of a sudden, you get nothing but adverts on Facebook that just tell you all about the latest rotary mowers or something. It's just, how do they know this stuff? Big Brother is watching us, isn't it? And he doesn't care that the tea bags are plastic. Ugh. Hey, isn't that weird? I think the whole world's gone mad. Hey? I remember when we first got a sat nav, Dave, and we were going, where were we going? Oh, we were going to a show, like an exhibition. And we knew where we were going, but we thought we'd bought the sat nav, so we thought we'll give it a go. And so Sally sat nav, when we used to do these shows, we used to eat the sandwiches. We'd only be halfway down the drive and we'd already have the picnic out. We'd be going to like Birmingham or something like that. And we'd already have eaten the sandwiches before we got through Edenbridge. And so we put Sally sat nav on. And when we got to the end of the country lane that we lived in, and now we've got to go, hang on. So now what we've got to do is go, hold on, look, on the inside, we've got to make another little gutter. I know, you love these. Like little gutter around the inside. Okay, round we go again. This is easy now because you've got your scaffolding. So this should be a piece of cake. Let me just check what I'm doing. Right, slowly does it. Trick is slow, isn't it? Trick is slow. So do we want to do both of them at the same time? Or do we want to go one way and then the other way? I reckon I could probably get away with doing. What do you think? I think I'm going to go one at a time. Do you know, sorry to be a pain, but when you do it one at a time, I reckon you go faster. Not that it's a race, but I do reckon that it's better to do it like this and then go back the other way again. Where was I? Oh yeah, so we're going down the drive. We'd only gone 300 yards. And we already had the sandwiches out. And then we got to the end of the lane. We were about 50 yards from the end of the lane. And then this posh voice said, at the end of the road, take a left. And we were like, how does she know that? How does she know where we've got to go? I mean, we knew where we had to go. We didn't need her to tell us. But it was like, how does she know? Those were the days, weren't they, when we first started using sat-navs. We were just, it was the weirdest thing. And then we got to rely on her, My dad taught me, if we ever went anywhere really like a long way, he'd never use a sat nav in his life, and he never will. But he always used to say to me, write down the motorways. Just write down the town that you got to go to. Like if you've got to go to Dover, then you've got to cut through France. And he said, just write down like Venlo and then write down the name of the number of the road that you're supposed to be on. Then go to the next town. So you've got a list. So I always, in the door of the car, I always had a list of towns that I was supposed to be passing through. Oh, that's a bit dodgy, that one. And then I'd have the number of the road next to it. And do you know what? That always served me well. That always worked. And the key was having the name of the town that you were headed for, you know. And then I've gone to rely on the sat nav, yeah. And then, I mean, yeah, I think you've got to use your head really, haven't you? Cool, that one's a bit dodgy. Just got to use your loaf. So I've used sat navs, right? And then you just end up in a dead end. Or look at all the big trucks that then get stuck under bridges. Because obviously the Sally sat nav doesn't know that the truck's taller than the bridge. How would she know that? Well, she knows when I want to fly mo, so yeah. All this technology, you do wonder, don't you? You do wonder. Sally Satnav. I've even walked around London with my phone telling me where to go. That's actually quite useful. You get lost in London when you're on foot. That's quite useful. There. That's better. Should we have a look what it looks like when we... Yeah, see? It's funny how much nicer it looks when you take all the wheel work away. The wheel work. Eh? A little bit ropey. I was too busy talking about Sally Satnav. It's all right. I've already got a good one. So let's have a look at the pattern on this one, shall we? Let's see what we're going to put in this bishop's hat. How you doing? You all right? I'm feeling impish today. Let's have a break. Should have a little break. What's the time? 20 past. Oh, stretch. Stretch and smile. Stretch and smile. It's good for you. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. I saw something else on Facebook yesterday, which I'm going to do. Did you see that? You're supposed to lie with your legs in the air for 20 minutes every day on your back, you know, and put your legs up against the wall. I thought, no, that's an exercise I could cope with. I could handle that. I reckon Dave could as well. So I've just got to clear a space where there's a wall, and then you just butt up with your behind up to the wall, and then you put your legs in the air. Apparently, helps you sleep. You've got to do it for 20 minutes. It helps circulation, gets all the excess fluid out your ankles. I'll give it a go. Can't be that tricky, can it? Eh? Just to lie with your feet in the air for 20 minutes. You could even watch the telly while you're doing it, couldn't you? But apparently it's really good for you. And I reckon that's my kind of exercise. Doing it. Starting today. It's good for your sleep. Oh, and this is the best one. It gives you a flat tummy. Because apparently it's good for your digestive system as well. Because of the way you... I don't know what that's all about, whether you've got to clench your buttocks for 20 minutes as well. But it didn't say that. It just said you have to leave your feet in the air for 20 minutes. But apparently it gives you a flat tummy. You sleep like a lamb. It gets rid of your cankles. I mean, it's a win-win-win-win-win, isn't it? I know. You watch, there'll be all of us shackers, all be lying on our backs. If you do it, let me know, because then I'll know I'm not alone. All right, I'm going to start. I'm doing it for sure. It's not exactly hard, is it? Okay. Let me know if you're going to join in. And then we'll see whether it works. If I suddenly turn up with a flat tummy, Right, now let's have a look at this pattern. Let's go up close and let's have a look. Right, so what we've got, we've done this one before. See? Yeah, look, check it out. Hang on, let me just show you. If we go to this bit here, do you see that bit there where we did the curls there? Well, they're the same in here, aren't they? It's a bit difficult doing it. Like, see the little curls there? Same thing. So we're going to make that and then think of it as a little flower. Look, get in really closely and then you can see it. See? So it's just a little, yeah, easy. Let's give it a go, shall we? So we're going to go now. Let me see, because to my mind, this is going to be easier the right way up. I cannot do this one upside down, I've decided. So I'm going to put something over the top, maybe a bit of I'm going to put something plastic so it doesn't pick up the, yes, that's when the groovy guard comes in, because it won't slide all the, yeah, that's much better. I've got to do this one the right way up. I can't do it upside down. So let's have another little look at it. Right, so it's a little twirl like that, then a dot, and then from the dot we do the petals. Let's do one and see what we think. So we're going to do a twirl like that. It's a bit small, isn't it? Let me just have a little look if I want to make it a bit bigger. Oh no, it's about maybe a bit bigger, grey. Let's have another go. I know, rubbish teacher. Right, here we go. Bit bigger, the twirl. Okay. That'll do. That's not easy either, you know. That'll do. So we've got one of those, and like that. I haven't done it so heavy now, I can't rub that out. So that's what we're going with. Yeah, okay. And then, let me just have another little look. Yeah, all right, that's easy. Come on, we're going to wing this one. Right, and then we'll make a little black dot there, not touching, just like that. Okay? And then from there, we're going to make a petal like that. Oh, Barbara. And then these petals are going to touch that edge as well. So you're going to go one more petal, two more petals, one more petal, two more petals. Good enough. And then we're going to do that all the way around. Right, ready? So we'll go that, yeah, this is very hand drawn, this one, isn't it? Look, I came over there a bit too far, Grey. Black dot in the middle. There are no experts in this building, you know that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Good enough. Bit ropey that one. We won't use that one. Right, here we go again. See, it's that dodgy side. It's rubbish, that one. It's this side here where I've gone so far over that I'm not even giving myself room to do the... Yeah, that'll do. Right, okay. Twirl, twirl. Sounds like we're doing an exercise. Dot. Petal to the top. This could be, couldn't it? There you go. Little flower. See, look, I know it looks like absolute pants because it's too busy, but if we go in there like that, it's much nicer, you see? So don't start saying, oh, it's rubbish, because it's, get your pencil sharpened, that helps as well. You can't see it because you've got all the guidelines. See, that one there's real crap. I should have been a little bit more careful when I was coming round the corner with that one. Right, but it's okay. It's not written in stone. That's better. Okay. Curl. Curl. Dot in the middle. Petal to the top. 2, 3, 2, 3. Boom. It's all right, we're nearly there. Curl, curl, dot. I think what I want to do is do it lightly first. These are all pretty ropey, aren't they? It's all right. It's lovely. Be lovely when it's done. Curl. Curl. Tell you what, it actually relaxes you. Stops you thinking about blimmin' tea bags and Trump. Right. Oh, did I use the word? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. See, once you get in the swing, it's not so bad, is it? 1, 2. How are you anyway? Are you slowing down all right? You calming down? You okay with everything? You finding some joy in your life? Are you? Yeah. There you go. That one looks good. I mean, they are done by hand. They're not computer generated, are they? That's the magic. That's the magic. It's all hand drawn. Every single little... I mean, you could make it perfect, couldn't you? You just got to get one, if you want it, if you're a perfectionist and you really... But I think it kills it, really. If it were... it not kills it, but it takes away the essence of it, because the whole idea of this is to get with your hands, get out of your head, and create something. For you. It's yours. That was a bit ropey. Right, dot. Oh, I'm not even in the picture. Sorry. Don't shout at me. I can't do this. I can't concentrate. Shout at me. How many have we got to do? Oh, look, we're nearly there. This is not easy, is it? Well, I don't find it that easy. Maybe if I slowed down a little bit. Black dot in the middle. That's it. Maybe if I slowed down it a bit better. There you go. 3 little flowers. Petals. Circle. Little twirl. Little leaves. Dot in the middle. Up we go. This is the best one. Here we go. Oh, now hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and then the idea is, when we do this, in a minute, we'll be able to use this mandala. Sorry, you know why it is? It's because I'm round the top end and not at the bottom end. See, so I'm... There you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. All right, then. Right, dot. Petal, 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 petal. Good enough. What's today? Wednesday. Wednesday already. Time is on the wing, isn't it, eh? Nearly there. It's going to look beautiful when it's done. See, that's the thing about this, is it's not... It's like a lot of things. It's not the individual ones. If you looked at the individual ones and started picking holes in it, you'd think it was absolute rubbish. But when you, that's the best one. See, if I was going to copy paste it, I'd take that one. But it's the overall impression, isn't it? That's what we're going for. Not picture perfect. There you go. Now we've nailed it and we have finished. There you go. We've done it. Finished. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We created our own mandala. Parchment, my tracing paper's all curly from leaning on it too much. But the thing is, you see, now we've got our template, haven't we? And if you put it between two bits of copy paper and under a big book, it'll flatten out fine. It'll be fine. If yours is curly. Right, I'm talking about the tracing paper, Fran. Right. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is do the bits in the middle. So when we were talking about this, we were, I said that you could go smaller and put lovely gems in the middle because that would look glorious, wouldn't it? But then we also, what I wanted to do was make the circles and do like 4 seasons in the middle, spring, summer, just get a tree and then change the tree surrounding the backdrop to the tree. So you can make 4 beautiful little buttons, if you like, almost like buttons. So that would be really pretty, I thought. And we could start it today, couldn't we? If you get the basic shape of the tree down today, and then on Friday, we could see where we go Friday. We could carry on with the buttons, and then we could create our scene. Let's have a look, shall we? What do you think? Should we do that? Okay. Right, so we've done that bit. So what we can do now, we've done that, we can release it from the gently. Cool, wouldn't that be a bummer if it suddenly, it's all, go slowly now. Golly, don't do that. Right, low tack masking tape. Oh, don't tear on me. Well, at least my masterpiece is all right, even if it's stuck to the template. Good enough. Okay, so I've got my, right, have you released it from the template? You might want to print yourself another one off of these, you know, now that we've separated them out on the website. Lucy's done that for us. Just for on, you know, just in case you lose this one or if you just tore it, print yourself out another one. Why not? They're free. Okay, so I've got my 2 lovely, 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 lovely. Are they the same size? Yeah. That'd be weird. A bit of a mind warp. Right, now let's take a bit of white copy paper and let's have a look. And then what I thought would be really nice. So we don't need this one anymore, or do we? Yeah, we do. We need it for the actual centerpiece, don't we? Right, let's have a look. So what we're going to do, which one do I like best? Right, they're both equally ropey. I think that was the one I just did. Yeah, that'll do. Now, what I want to do though is just take this like that, and then what we're going to do, you see, let me just show you. We're going to put scenes inside, right, like that. So I've done a couple already to start. But we need the circle, don't we? We need the circle. That's what I'm getting to. So get another piece of tracing paper. Get an independent piece of tracing paper. Out, like so. Cool, I'm chomping through my tracing paper. Right, and then if I'm going to put that in the corner like so, right? So there's your ring, your wheel. There's your template. Your mandala in place. Okay, got that in place. Then you're going to take another piece of tracing paper, see it from here, right, and then you're going to decide where you want to put your mandala on your tracing page. It makes no odds, does it? And then we're going to make sure that whatever the size of your inside was, the tree is going to fit inside the little picture. So then what we'll do is, like I'm definitely working on 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, 4 ring. Ring number 5 is the one that I'm using. Okay? So I hold it in place while I do this, and then I'm just going to go spoke to spoke to spoke to spoke. Oh, hello. Spoke. Got to get your eye in, because I haven't taped it down. I can't twist it round, but that's all right. I just need a circle. Here we go. Or you could find something that you can draw around. There we are. That'll do. There's my circle. That's all I need to do my trees in. Yeah? And then we could put our mandala somewhere nice. See, because the whole idea behind this was to do something like this. Do you remember? This was the very first sort of sketch, because I thought what I really wanted to sort of do was like a partial mandala. So you could do a little tree. I mean, this is very, very sketchy, right? But we do a little tree, and then you could do it in the springtime or in the winter. Let me show you. If I did a little winter one, see, with little birds in. I did a little. That one's got no leaves, just a bit of snow, and the snow on the picket fence, right? Then this one, picket fence, no snow. This is the spring one. Look, there's a couple of little birds. There's a couple of little birds. This is where I just started playing. I was laughing like a drain. Let me see if I can get in. You can see these little birds. Look, see them with their beaks open, right? And then I thought, I know what I could do. I'll put some sheep in the spring one. Sheep are not that easy to draw. But the good news is they are so tiny that literally they're just like little flecks in the pasture. So you don't have to get too pedantic or concerned about your sheep. But mine, I was laughing so loudly today here on my own. Look at my sheep, look. I got carried away. No. Look, there's my little. So this is how I decided what the birds were going to look like. I didn't go straight into the middle of my masterpiece. I drew them. What I do is I take that, say I want to put the birds in there, I draw them on this level first to make sure this is my, see? And then when I'm happy with them, then I flick it round and then I transfer them into the picture. And that to me is what tracing paper is magic for, okay? But my sheep, he was all right. He was quite good. I tell you where I got it. After I was drawing them, I thought, this is getting ridiculous. And then I thought, hang on, we've got sheep stamps, look. So this is, Mel drew these, look. So then I thought, yeah, I can. So I copied Mel's sheep, because she's really good at getting the shape right. Look, aren't they perfect? Look. So I kind of, I emulated her sheep, look, kind of, sort of. But then she didn't have any lambs, so then I had to. What does that look like? Look at his backside. Then I thought, well, the good news is, right, that sheep is not going to be. Look, that'd be one hell of a lamb, wouldn't it, if it was there? I mean, it'd have to be right at the front like that, so you wouldn't bother. And even these sheep, they're like steroid sheep, right, massive. So, but look, even these little tiny ones would be pretty mega. So they get smaller and smaller until they're just little dots, really, right? So, but I thought it'd be fun to just try and draw them anyway, even if we don't use them, just because I've got that kind of head on. So that's maybe what we'll do on Friday, is draw some sheep. But the thing we need to do today, so I'll put my sheep over there. The thing we need to do today is get the circle the right size and then put a nice tree in. Let's start with the tree. The tree is key. The tree is key. So where's my layer for the circle? Right, are you on this? Do you understand what I'm getting at? So we've got our circle, okay, and then we're going to make a lovely tree. But the shape has to be pleasing. You have to really like it. So what I'm suggesting is that you do an overlay, and it will help you so much. Otherwise you'll be rubbing out until you like your tree. So if, for example, we were to take the layer where my scrappy one with all the sheep on, I could draw, look, I'll show you. See, I take that one out of the way, and I've got my layer here. This is the tracing paper that we just did. Right from the grey, right, so that was it, wasn't it? The fifth one in, like that, right, so I've got my circle. Then I put that on a bit of white copy paper so I can see it properly. Get rid of the wheels, we don't need them anymore. And then, instead of drawing onto that layer, so just keep rubbing it out until I'm happy with my tree, what I'm going to do is take my scrap piece with all the sheep on it, right, any part of it will do, and then I'll draw my tree on this bit, and I can rub out till the cows come home on this. That doesn't matter. So it's like, do you remember before, months ago, when we started drawing, what we were doing, we were using the tracing paper before we went to the copy paper or the paper or the surface or the watercolour paper or whatever. Now we're taking it back another level, so we're going tracing paper to tracing paper, because of course this is the one that we want to transfer. Do you get it? It's all right. It's basic drawing skills a la Barbara. And I never went to college to do this stuff, so I figured it out for myself. And this is how it works for me, you know? So, let's give it a go. Right, so I've laid down I've put it in place so it doesn't move while I'm working. And now we're going to make a tree. So let's have a look at my winter tree, just to give you a clue. Isn't that pretty? Right, so you're coming down here, and you want to kind of make a branch, and then you want to come away from it. Yeah, it'll take a few goes to get it right. Okay, I wonder if I put that behind there, whether that would help if you had a kind of a rough guide there. It certainly helped me. Right, see, so what we're going to do is let's get the you could do any tree you like. You don't have to do my tree. You can do any tree you fancy. It just has to be done 4 times, because the tree won't move during the seasons. All right, so we're going to go, like, for example, up like that, and then that's going to be this bit here, for example, and then I'm going to come in from here, and I'm going to come over like that. So this is going to be the tree, and then it's going to have lots of branches, you see, but you want to get the main ones in first. So, for example, I reckon that'd be a branch, that'd be good there, and then you probably want to come in like that. Yeah, that one will come like that, I reckon. Do you see? You could, so you get your main branch in like that, or your main trunk, let's call it the trunk, and then once you've got the trunk in, then you've got arms, give it arms, different arms, and then it will go off at different angles, right? And then you might say, well, actually I want it to have more arms, and it can do, right? So there's a thicker one there, so we could do another arm there like that, see? So that you can always add them afterwards. Don't think for a minute that just because you've got a gap there that's it, you're stuck with it. You just got to look and decide where else do you want to go. Do you want another one down here? Do you want to go up there? So there's another arm. See, it just goes like V's. There's another. That's quite good, that one. There you go, there's a tree. And then you could come up here. Don't worry about where they're behind each other, because when you look at a tree, that's exactly what they do. They do go behind each other. And then of course they get thinner as it goes out further. It gets thinner and thinner, doesn't it? So in the end, you've just got twigs. That'll do. See? And you can go behind if you choose to. Can bring this one. Well, what do I want to do with this one? If this one comes this way, then maybe we'll break it up there. I'll break it up there. I don't like what I've done there. Scrap that. Scrap that bit. So then maybe this one, I think, for balance, I think it would look nice going that way. Yeah, that's more like it. So then this one goes like that, and then that breaks off into more twigs. It just keeps going off into V's, look. That's quite nice. That one there we don't need. Scrap that. That was quite good. And then you just keep moving your tree. Trust me, when artists do you don't think that they get it right first time, do you? You don't think that they sit there and go, oh yeah, well there you go, there's me tree sorted. How many times do you think they rub it out and start again, and rub it out and start again? Really, truthfully, don't ever think, oh, mine's rubbish, I'm not getting there. I spent an hour getting that tree right, until I said, yes, I like it as it is. You know, sometimes you hit the spot straight away, don't you? And you go, yeah, bingo. But how often does that actually happen? Not that often to me. Look at the state of this up here. See? But it's okay. What's important is, as it moves away from the trunk, it gets thinner. So let's now I've got that kind of shape, I can think to myself, right, do I want it that fat? Do I want to make it thinner? If I don't like that, so I've got a basic tree in now. Now maybe I want to change this bit. Okay? I do want to change that bit. I want to make it a bit thinner and a bit more interesting, like that. See? So now I can bring this one in a bit more. Maybe I want to bring this one down a bit more, like that. See? So don't forget, we're only on the scrap here. This is what the whole idea of this is, just getting the layout right so we're happy. Don't know if I even want that one there. Quite like it like that. See? Because remember, I want to put a nest in there, so I don't want to make it too busy. But maybe I could come up that way, there like that. That's quite nice. See? Then it gets twiggy as it goes further up. That looks a bit thick, really. That would be quite a tree there. That trunk there is a bit ropey. So you just work your way around. You give it like a sweep. So you go, yeah, I like this one. That's cool. I like this one. I could do that. I could do a little bit of branch work there. Then this one here, we're coming round. I don't like that. But once you've got a kind of a basic structure, you can go back in and go again. That's more like it. So then this one's going to be like that. And then, see, now it's working. So your first attempt is just to establish the location of it, really, you see. And then once you've done that, then you go again and say, right, so I actually quite like the idea of that one going around the back like that. Yeah, I like that. I like this. Yeah? That's quite good. See, now this bit here, if I wanted to, I could, instead of making that so thick, I could get to there and then break it off again. See? So this one split up more. That one broke off a bit more. And that one broke off a bit more. This one got much thinner. There you go. So we've got this one coming around here. That's quite nice. But we could make a little branch coming off. So as it comes off, it goes off into a V, gets thinner. Then that one goes off into a V again, and they get thinner and thinner. Look. So actually, you've got your winter tree nearly done, haven't you? How are we doing for time? Oh, it can't be 5 to 11 already. Well, so let's say that's our tree, right? Then what we want to do is put a, I was thinking if we put a picket fence or a, like, yeah, we're going to have sheep in there. They're going to have some sort of fence in, right? So what we'll do is we'll put a little fence along here. And all we want is just a little, like that, look. So we'll come down, round the back we'll go, like that. Okay? Well, you could do what you like. It's your scene. I bet there are loads of you that will have much better ideas than this. But for me, this works. So we're just going to make these little naive posts, right? This is my picket fence. Look, nice. And it goes away to the distance. Like that, yeah? And then we can join it up if we like. Otherwise they'd just get straight through, wouldn't they? The little monkeys. Dave was a sheep farmer back in the day when I met him. And he always used to say, from the minute a sheep is born, its mission in life is to try and kill itself. He said they just are unbelievable. And he said that they always run out into the road. He said the number of times he'd get called out by somebody who said, "Oh, sheep in the road," and he'd have to go and find them. And yeah. And so we're going to need a good fence so that they don't get out into the main drag. And then let's bring a field in. Right, there's one. And then we'll bring one in over the back as well. Paul was saying when he came into work the other day, because he comes in real early, and he said, coming into Edenbridge, just coming through the countryside into Edenbridge from Tunbridge Wells, he said there was a huge bullock at 5 in the morning on the road, big black Angus bullock. Yeah, that woke him up. Just on the side of the road, grazing away. So that farmer, that's not a sheep, that's a bullock. Do you know what I mean? That is serious. That's serious escape strategy. And where there's a bullock, there's got to be other. I bet the whole herd. We did. I remember we had a load of. I don't want to put this one so close to the fence. I remember at Gaywood Farm when we had our first factory there. We're still there now, but at the time, and I can remember a whole herd of cows, like literally stampeding. I don't know if anybody remembers that from Clarity, but it was like a stampede going through the units. They got out of the field, and when they get spooked, they're quite dangerous, really, But there was a big stampede of cattle, like the Wild West, going through Gaywood Farm. And there we were with our stamps. Funny old world, isn't it? Right, so we've got our lovely landscape in, you see, and we've got our trees. And then once you've got a happy shape, if you're happy with the tree shape, and like I say, don't think for a minute that it will come to you immediately, because it doesn't, But that's why we're working on the overlay. So you can rub and get rid of that and, just keep looking at it until you think, yeah, you know what, I like it now. And like I say, I spent a good hour on until I thought, yeah, I'm happy with that. Because it's the centerpiece, isn't it? It's the center of the whole thing. And once you've got the tree happy, then once you're happy with the tree, then what I'd like you to do before Friday, if you would, is then transfer this layer, right? Because now, say we're happy with that now, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 of these, just like that, on different pieces of, oh, tummy. You're going to do 4 of them and do them on different pieces of tracing paper so that you could do a mandala for the spring, a mandala for the summer, for the autumn and for the winter. If you put all your circles on the same one, you won't be able to do your partial art, your mock-up, right? And, you know, for the sake of a bit of copy paper, really, you know, so do a winter one, do a spring one, and then transfer your tree, just put it behind then, like that, and then trace it in. Trace it in with a pencil so that you've got 4 trees ready to decorate. And then on Friday, we'll get into the seasons and you'll have your 4 basic trees ready to go, and then we'll go spring and we'll do sheep and lambs, and we'll have a really brilliant Friday. How does that sound? Okay. And so I think I'm going to call it a day because I've gone over the hour. I've really enjoyed that. And you've got a little bit of homework, but not hard. And don't forget the downloads. Thank you, Stuart, for your help. I will see you all, I hope, on Friday at 10 o'clock. Lots of love. Stay safe. And don't forget, legs up the wall for 20 minutes. That's my kind of exercise. Bye-bye now.